Yo, 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 yo. I think I'm on. I think I'm on. Excuse me, sorry. Welcome to Star Enlightenment channel. We're back again with another good video, another interesting live. So what we're going to talk about today is emotions versus feelings, like it says in the title. So a lot of people don't understand the difference between emotions and feelings. Now, getting into it, you must understand this. This is not going to be a long video for real. Unless other people have questions, but listen, check it out. Emotions and feelings come from the same place. Shout out Golf for Kobe. Good to see you, Golf for Kobe. Good to see you tapping in. Yes, sir, my man. Hey, glad to see you, man. You know, you're my favorite subscribers because you always be low, you always be up in here. You always be trying to receive the knowledge. You know, you ask questions and stuff. You be attentive and stuff like that. So I appreciate you. Hope your day going well, man. Um, but like I said, this is not gonna be like no super long live or nothing like that. But I do want to just break down the difference between emotions and feelings. So understanding first, you have to understand that. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. Emotions and feelings come from the same realm. They come from the same place. But there's a deciphering from them. Look at it like men and women on earth. We come from the same place to an extent. Like we in the same realm, but we differ in two different ways. And that is good breaking that down because you gotta understand feelings by nature are naturally more masculine. Feelings cater more so to the masculine energy, aka we're talking about even though they both in the vibratory realm, aka dealing with vibrations and feelings and emotions, stuff like that, they're dealing with vibrations and state of beings and how a person feels. The feelings is the masculine side of the vibration. The emotion is the feminine side of the vibration. That's the best way to break it down. Look at it like water and fire. Water and fire are both from the same place, aka water and fire are both yin in nature. Earth and air, those are yang, those aren't yin. Water and fire are both yin and from just with the place of where they come from. They come from the same energy. These are both, you know what I'm saying, tapped into a different type of realm. Um, but you have to understand that feelings is something that there's something that you feel, but you don't console into them long enough for them to become an emotion. When you console into a feeling long enough, then it becomes an emotion. That's like things like happiness and joy, like they not an emotion. Like you can don't get it twisted. You can cry from these things, but a lot of times that's only when you've consoled into it and it's been became a deeper and heavier effect. Emotions by nature are a lot more heavier than feelings. That's a good way to say it. A lot of times emotions weigh you down. Feelings can overwhelm you too. I ain't like feelings can't overwhelm you, but feelings are like lighter in nature. But they more so affect like the nerves. Look at it like emotions more so affect the heart. Like when you real emotional about something, a lot of people conflict that with they always in a person always that like a person that's always in their feelings. But these are two different things, but they're very similar because they come from the same realm. They're still dealing with similar energies, but they're not the exact same energy. So an emotion is like when people get like real sad and they be in their feeling, they be watching the movies that make them cry. That's like something that's heavily impactful. Emotion. That's like being under a lot of water, aka esoterically, water represents emotions. That's like being up under heavy water, a heavy current, having a lot of pressure on you. That's what emotions do. And sometimes they can weigh you down, make you feel down, make you feel sad. Now, there's not just negative emotions per se, but emotions in general heavily impact a person. Whereas feelings can heavily impact a person, but not all feelings necessarily heavily affect a person. A person could be in a situation like some good feelings that we can talk about is like fear. Fear is like a feeling, so that's a very impactful feeling. But it deals more so with the nerves. When we talk about emotions, emotions deal more so with the heart and like from a moon point of view. Whereas feelings deal more that's like a sunlight, more fiery sunlight. Is more trying to think of a good way to break it down. But basically feeling and emotions come from the same thing. So they're one and the same, but they're two different sides of the same coin. That's all I'm trying to say. So they have their own um particular energies that you can decipher both of them through. And I guess that's like saying you could kind of say like I guess you could look at it like a feeling is an emotion that you don't console into. That's the best way to say it. Usually it's something that you don't console into you, and unless but when you start consoling into that feeling for long periods of time, it becomes an emotion. Like even if you in fear, if you console into fear enough, eventually you'll cry or heavily affect your body in some type of way, where you might start producing certain fluids. So that's how it kind of boils out. But it's not something that see that's a higher realm. So it's a little bit harder to break down certain stuff when you talk about the realm of the yin realm, the realm of emotions and feelings, aka the internal realm, the spirit realm, the astral realm, the dream realm, all that. Oh, I think I'm still on. Okay, I'm still on. But yeah, you gotta understand that because they're one and the same. They come from the same place, but they decipher slightly. You see what I'm saying? It's like two different variations of the same thing. But yeah, that's feelings are more natural in nature. That's like anger. Anger is like a feeling. You know what I mean? It's like anger is like a feeling. Your ability to have passion about something, that's like a feeling. Um, but if you get what happens if you get angry long enough, it can start affecting your actual. It can start turning into emotion. You might cry from it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say feeling is like an emotion, but something that you don't console into. But they're still one and the same because once you console into a feeling for long enough, it actually becomes an emotion. You see what I'm saying? And but both of these things still affect your state of being and stuff like that. But yeah, feelings and emotions. I'm trying to think of some other ways to say it. But yeah, just yeah, that's the best way to say it. Think of feeling as fire, because fire is literally represented. That's is feeling. Think of everything that comes with feelings: anger, passion, happy. Happy come from the fire element, because there's different variations of fire elements. That's like the yellow fire, the fire after it's done sit. But that's another video. I'm not gonna get into the exact different types of fire. I think I was talking about them before, but that's a happiness come from the fire energy. Now joy is kind of in between. Joy is really more so like once it's like it was a feeling that turned into an emotion. So joy is like once you've been happy for so long, you eventually it turns into joy because you're starting to enjoy what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Because you can be happy about something for a split second, but happiness can come and go. That's why a lot of times with happy energy, happiness don't always last. Like happiness be here and there. Like when you get your new car, you be think you happy at the moment, but eventually a month or two or three or 6 months, a year go by, you can get used to that car. It's not gonna affect you every day when you go out and see it it did the first couple of days when you first had it. The first couple of days you first had it, you couldn't believe it. You want to drive that car all around the world. But you don't run that thing a couple miles, a whole year or two go by, you're not looking at that car the same exact way. So happy is a great example of a feeling. It's hard. It's hard. It's even that's even very much a feeling because happiness it's hard to console into that. You can cry from happiness, but you don't cry from happiness until you console in the happiness enough in long enough period of time for it to become an emotion, for it to affect you through tears, aka happiness turning to joy. Because I'm gonna be real with you, joy. Even though I said before, joy is more so like a kind of like a more of an emotion. Joy bring a lot of people to tears. Joy bring a lot of people to tears. A lot of people. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that plays out. But with that being said, that's pretty much the best way you can look at it. Happiness being more like a feeling, fire element, aka more masculine in nature. But we're not looking at these things being macho or tougher than another because this is still the realm of emotion and feeling, period. So it's already coming from a yin perspective, from an internal perspective that's already dealing with the emotions and feelings. But it's just understand. It's important to understand that they come from the same source, the same energy. They're just two different coins of something, two different sides of something. So that's all that play out like that when you talk about emotions and feelings. Because a feeling is just based technically like an emotion, but an emotion that you don't console into. So it's the same thing, but it's a feeling because you feel it. See what I'm saying? That's like something that you hit by. Think about it. Something that you feel, you're not gonna necessarily feel that for long periods of time per se. Oh, I felt that, I feel this, or I feel that. You feel this way. A lot of times feelings can change. Emotions can change too. But a lot of times emotions are something that people you console on them for long periods of time. You literally sit on an emotion a lot of times. It don't just you just wake up one day and just oh boom just this way. That come down already a manifestation of all these feelings you already had in the first place that you probably harbored on for a long period of time that ended up in. Because a lot of times when you be in multiple different feelings, even if they are feelings and they ain't console yet, you console into all of them long enough, it'll boil out into a real big emotion. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a filtering process. These are the same things of two opposite sides of the same coin. Is the best way to say it. Fire and that fire after it condenses long enough, it eventually it turns more so into like water. You see what I'm saying? That fire cools down and turns more so into like water. That's just the best way that you can say it. You see what I'm saying? Um, yup. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. It's deep when you talk about like the feelings and emotions, because it's hard to kind of like articulate it in the exact perfect way, because that comes from a realm that don't really deal with like words and things that always make sense. That's a very yin realm in nature. But I hope you guys at least kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say and whatnot. But much love to you all. I'm glad y'all showed up. Shout out to Go for Kobe. Shout out to Carl. I will be here again, most likely later in the day. I'm not gonna make no promises, but I'm gonna probably try to, cause you know we're dealing with the hurricane and stuff coming my way and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get out as much videos, I guess, as I can. Trying to bunker down and get right. You know what I'm saying? But much love to y'all and peace.